scrims or get reports on their scrims, they're working so hard on doing the small little minor things, and it's almost reminiscent of that Vanquish squad that started that whole entire dynasty.
Well, here we go. The first breakout for the grand finals. Pittsburgh Knights versus eUnited. Who's going to be on top after tonight is finished with the champions of week number 2. Opening down, starting to come through, and it's all Dezo. He takes down Powerz, he takes down TJ, and TJ actually will be finished off in return. And mind you, look at a lot of bodies crawling around on the ground, and that's mainly eUnited members as PK are looking to lock in the first hill. And also, well, they can't get the torque ball, actually. Excuse me, Powerz managed to get that quick pick and get out. That was really fast.
And they weren't able to finish off most of those kills. Now you're going to have another secondary play at this ritual site. And Dezo goes down, Raver has to back up to go for the revive, and they bring Powerz into the fight. Normally, it's like they trust their teammates to be able to win some of these engagements, but they had to bring Powerz in, and Powerz still gets shut down by Monkyz. This is beautiful. Both teams willing to sacrifice a secondary player, willing to put somebody else into the fight, bring a second gun up there, and already win these fights. eUnited's trying to overload this side of the map. They're willing to give up a 50-point differential on hill number 1 to try to get position over P2. But look at this. Monkyz already set up toward the back. Dezo rotating over to help him. And the Knights are going to have the 90-degree as well. Good little bait and switch there by Demise, by the way. That's beautiful to let his teammate kind of take the first shot and for him to step up and go for the final.
And good awareness in general, right? To just spot Monkyz out and have an inkling that he was going to be spotted or at least be in the back setup. And still the man advantage for Pittsburgh Knights, Colin, is on the hill, and even more so as TJForce forcing Powerz back. So despite Monkyz, you know, dying early on, maybe eUnited seeming as if they were going to be solidified on the hill, Pittsburgh Knights easily retake it. We asked the question, who is going to be better on Ritual? Would it be PK or eUnited? Because both have had fantastic wins, and they show a mastery of the spawn control, of, you know, prioritizing the torque bow, the nade, everything else. And also on top of that, too, the lanes. And who knows the sneaky, but really everything, right? The total package. Maybe PK truly is going to be the best Ritual team after tonight.
Powerz has no kills thus far in this ritual. That's everything you need to know. The Knights have learned already from that last time they played eUnited on this map. They are not going to let Powerz beat them. They have kept him to 0 kills thus far, and they're going to continue to try to mark him out, find out where he is on the map, and not allow him to do what he did just a week ago to them. Demise has to be huge here. Gets a double kill. Absolutely impressive and important right there. 30 seconds left on this hill, and those points are kind of important at this point. It's a 70 differential. You give up the next hill as well. You're looking at 100 points already.
I know, this is it's getting pretty wild. eUnited needs to come back, but they're only getting scrap time for the time being. They're going to have to hop off of it, so they won't even get the full benefit of the 17 seconds. Man, Demise is doing everything in his power to win that fight, but Dezo stood his ground and handled his business. We see a rotation now starting to come through. There is a bit of a man advantage for eUnited if all 3 of the members decided to push forward. And they might do that at a certain point in time, especially if they know Raver and Dezo are on the top end of things. But no, player 5 is going to break away to join player 8. So Powerz and Demise to challenge Raver and Dezo. Eventually should congeal back into the hill currently. So it might be just a straight up 1v1 for the break of the hill at least. Raver might have some company soon.
And Powerz gets called out in the middle of the map. Good little extra flank there from the other side of Raver, where Powerz actually had some help coming in from the 6 o'clock, but he ends up coming away with the kill himself. Now they're going to call out Monkyz in the spawn, not allow him to be on the flank. They're going to just put him down. Once again, the guy crawling around can't hurt you. Worst he can do is just try to come up and shoot you if somebody can get out there for the rotation, for the revive, but nobody can. And Fearzly, he's going to get pushed out of this hill. What a comeback by eUnited thus far in this matchup, cutting it down to just 40 points and counting.
Excellent comeback, and I think they're going to at least tie this thing up, maybe have a minor lead by the time this hill is done with. We know it's hard to break, and PK has already tried it once, and they failed. They're going to potentially give it another go. They could back away from this fight, get away and set up for the next hill, which seems to be the route they're going with, as Raver and Monkyz do kind of pseudo back up in the meantime. But obviously, they wanted the torque bow, so they'll just break up 2-2. They'll allow Fearzly and Dezo to push out Demise and TJ. In the meantime, though, we will see eUnited rotate over for the new hill and set up a little bit earlier. PK still holding on to the lead, but just barely. Nice nade from TJ. Raver, though, gets one. Doubles back for the second. He'll fall. It's a scrappy fight without question. Like you said, eUnited, it's impressive. They have covered that gap and come back as they did. It's going to be a lot more competitive than the start maybe led on to.
Well, this is what we got to be worried about, though, is the comeback from eUnited for the fans of the Knights right here. But Monkyz shuts down TJ on the flank. Now here comes Demise. He gets the second pick on him. They're going to get a quick little revive off. Fearzly's going to be able to clean up Powerz and Raver. He doesn't even need the torque bow to help him out. He's got a lot of damage on Dyslexic. It's going to push him off that position, and now he's going to have to wait for his teammates to come back in. Let's see what Monkyz does here with 1 or 2 more torque bows in the quiver for him. Dezo in the middle of the map is going to get called out, but Monkyz, he's got 1 bolt left. Quick little pick, shot out, won't be able to connect it. Flashbang over the top. He's going to take his chances, pushing up into the fight. Little spread there. Secondary as well. Goes for the rat and gets shut down. Big kill in the hill for eUnited. They get 3 in a row. That's going to be enough to get the hill back in their favor. And with 30 seconds to go, they're going to be at 110 points as they bleed this one out, just getting it as close as they can to try and tie this up.
Definitely so. Bit of a headbutt battle, though. We do see one player already drop. That's Demise. He'll be finished. TJ doubles back, takes down Dezo, gets a great shot onto Monkyz. Now can focus on the Raver. Meat shield gone, and he will lose his life. But that was one hell of a fight and a last stand that he was able to put up. Meanwhile, PK, he continued to hold on to the lead. 14 seconds before the next torque bow is up. Man, this time is flying by with how much is going down.
There's a lot of fighting going on, a lot of little intricate battles trying to take over control of these lanes, these spawns. Dyslexic pushing down this alleyway. They want to hold on to this spot because they want to be able to try to get that second torque bow, or whatever torque bow it is, but they're trying to get that torque bow back into their own hands. But look at the way this has been flipped. Monkyz went through the middle of the map and actually comes around the 6 o'clock to pick up the torque bow. Now he has to rotate out. eUnited's trying to chase him off here. Had him full red, but couldn't get him down or dead. And the retake from the Knights will be on. Smokes out, mark on the Monkyz. He won't be able to get that shot on the TJ. TJ just baiting out the damage from them. Still not going down. Monkyz, 1 bolt left in the quiver. Full red, gets shot on from behind. He has to waste it. So the torque bow effectively neutralized here from just the play out of the Knights.
Almost. Dezo last alive here. He's going to be gone, and eUnited has a ton of time on this hill remaining. You can see them take the lead for the first time in this map so far. It's been an uphill battle, but they continue to battle without question. Like you said, a torque bow gone obviously helps tremendously. Now, we do see some great focus fire from Powerz and co, but ultimately PK continues to inch their way up. Demise, though, is absolutely ready at the front line. Picking up 1, picking up 2. Can he get the 4th? 2, 4, 3. Either way, he got 3 or 4 of them, and that was an incredible play from Demise. And he has proved his value so much. A little bit of a replay. So that was the first one he was able to get. Second one, third one, and he did get the ace, Colin. My lord!
So 2 cleanups and 2 full kills accredited over to Demise. Beautiful job by him. Way to keep his composure in that situation, to be able to hit those shots, make sure that there's no extra revives out. It's the thing that worried me about eUnited, trying to go for those cleanups, not being able to get those cleanup kills. Now you see Demise all by himself. He's going to get pushed out in a 2v1 situation. But the more he keeps these players' attention over here, the better it is for his teammates trying to move into this hill. There's a TJ kill on Powerz with an 8. I'm sure that's not what they drew up on the dry erase board. I'm sure they're going to get that one off there as soon as humanly possible. But you can see here, Monkyz is going to push up. As soon as they see that team kill come through, they're going to be like sharks in the water. They taste blood, they smell it as well, and they're going to take care of business. And they're going to not just get the lead here, they're going to definitively put themselves in the driver's seat as they push up toward this torque bow.
The torque bow, like you said, coming into play. We're also coming back to the original start, right, where we first began this ritual matchup where Pittsburgh Knights was able to dominate that first initial fight, get those early points. But a lot has gone down since then, and eUnited might fight a bit differently once we do get to that first hill. But torque bow is up. Dezo manages to get it. He's looking to connect on a Powerz cross map. Unfortunately, he's going to miss, but regardless, it's going to be a 1v2. We've seen Powerz make big plays like that before, a tough spot to be in nonetheless. Pittsburgh Knights are holding on to the lead, but it's a narrow lead, Colin.
Yeah, narrow, but that doesn't really matter to them. They've been able to fight back in times before. eUnited as well has shown they are going to be willing to fight for the lead from behind at any given time of day. Dezo shoots off that torque into the other side, hits a big brick there on a misroll away from him, but he's going to be left to bleed out in that situation. You see, though, that he gets that kill. That's enough for him. This is going to be the interesting part to me. 2 minutes left on the nades, About 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the torque. How do the Pittsburgh Knights push into this? They've got 3 set up already over here. The 1v1 in the middle of the map. I think Dezo gets killed. Dezo had no idea that TJ was just waiting in the wings for him. My man was just hanging out over there.
And that's why I love this map, man. There's so many times where a player will get snuck up on, and the impact can be great. And TJ's impact on that kill was truly great because now PK, notice, they're still 3 strong where they originally were at on the top of the map. But now a move is being made, and player 2 is going to be on the flank. Dezo trying to flank around, and he actually will get the kill onto Dyslexic. Meanwhile, the full frontal force of the push is now in. Pittsburgh Knights going through. They take down 3. Powerz was last alive, and they do get the hill with 20 or so seconds. That's enough to at least get things tied up.
Look at the respawn. Look at the respawn. eUnited's waiting already at P2. That set of kills, as much as it's going to give them help getting back into this game, maybe getting it tied up, it just gave a free respawn over there and free utilities to fight back with over to eUnited. Powerz trying to make something happen here. My man was just waiting in the wing. He's trying to make something happen here. He knows he's got a little pinch out right here. He's going to get pushed by Dezo on at 6 o'clock, though. They know they've got multiple players stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they know now that they can pull back to the hill as Powerz goes down at the 3v4, but they've got fresh utilities. Dyslexic has to get Lancer shots on. He has to be able to get damage out here because Dezo has 3 more bolts. Active bow can't get the bolt to stick. They still get a kill on Dyslexic. A lot of damage being put out, but my God in heaven, they can't get kills, and this is the thing I was worried about with my breakdown of this team.
55 seconds, a lot of time to fight for. Pittsburgh Knights going to be on the hill currently, but eUnited is on the outside looking in, ready to push through. Just got to dodge that torque bow shot. Unfortunately, Dyslexic can't. Dezo will connect onto him. From the backside is going to be TJ. He's also going to die out. Powerz, he'll pick up 1 for his good deeds, but unfortunately, it's just simply not going to be enough to get onto the hill and make an impact. Pittsburgh Knights still holding on and about to retake the lead once again. We're down to 30 seconds. eUnited's mounting up for 1 more final push. Looks like they're going to try and pincer in. They've got Powerz and TJ on the top end, and then into the hill, they've got Dyslexic and Demise. We already see 1 kill coming through. Fearzly's going to die off. The nade's now going to finish off Demise, and that leaves Dyslexic by his lonesome. Powerz, though, will join in, and that's going to be a couple of fantastic kills, and eUnited will hold on to the lead, but just barely.
And what you see from eUnited is they're going to be kind of wasting out a few seconds here, and they're going to start rotating off. They know that the initial on this next hill is extraordinarily important. You have to try to upset the balanced order. You can't let them get completely set up to the backside of this hill. 2v2 with a 2v1 on the opposite side of the map. I think they have to call out that Dyslexic is by himself. They're going to try to pressure onto Dyslexic. He's going to have to drop his flash just to try to stay alive, but I think they've given up a little angle here to Dyslexic where he can be able to play up. He can play front side. Fearzly's going to get hurt. He's going to go down once. Dyslexic, I think, had an angle from the middle if he had stayed his ground, but he ends up pushing back over that cubby and gets killed off. Dezo might have another torque bow here. 13 seconds left, and Dezo's waiting on it. My man said, I appreciate the gift, y'all. Y'all real nice about this. I know y'all got 35 seconds to win it, but we can definitely knock this back up if I get this torque bow and let Monkyz maybe pick it up and do some work with it.
But a bit of a congestion. Dyslexic's trying to make some moves on that flank, and it's at least keeping Pittsburgh Knights pinned up. Look, there's not a lot of time calling, so any amount of time Dyslexic wastes there puts eUnited that much closer to the 300-point mark. Oh, they're pinned up. That's good splash damage. Now the top side members from Pittsburgh Knights continue to push forward. TJ's been finished off. Monkyz misses the shot up close, though. Demise now playing around with 2 members just in front of him. Make that 3. He's going to get chunked, and it's going to be the Pittsburgh Knights with the final 20 or so seconds, but they can't hang their hat just yet. They need to get to the new hill, and I'm looking at eUnited ready to go, and they're going to be set up. Once again, Pittsburgh Knights forced to break the setup.
Look at how they've already caught Powerz. They've caught him. Powerz got caught out in the spawn. He's going to get 2v1 come hell or high water. They're not going to let him get a kill on either of them. They played that perfectly into a T. Now twice, the Knights have taken away the best offensive weapon of the side of eUnited, and eUnited has to make a huge play here. They've got to go absolutely massive to try to win this fight, but it's not enough. It's not in time. They've staggered out to death. About 5 more seconds before this thing is going to rotate over to that mid-neutral altar hill, and eUnited, they've got to feel comfortable because they've got about 20 seconds to play with, but they've got to be perfect. It's comfortable, but perfect right here. And the best way for them to attack is to get that initial damage, force them into a cover, and then try to push up. Demise is doing just that, but here comes the play. They're going to call out Powerz. Don't tell me they 3v1 him again on one side of the hill.
Oh, TJForce to dump out. Now, has he been spotted by Pittsburgh Knights? Do they know where he's going to be lurking? Now, surely they do. Look at Dezo aiming over the cover. There it is. Now, Pittsburgh Knights once again officially take the lead. Now they're about to get to the 300-point mark. eUnited just got to get a touch, but no one's really close. The only one that's going to be close enough is going to be Dyslexic. 295 and counting. Pittsburgh Knights so close to victory. But wait a second. Powerz is here. Powerz is here. And Powerz gets the kill. He's got the meat shield. eUnited's got control.
No shot Powerz can do that. They've 3v1'd him twice. Now they're going to try to 2v1 him at the front side of the hill. 5 seconds left. Raver's going to try to get into this little cubby right there. Go for maybe a neutralization. He gets the kill on the Demise.
It's contested.
That's going to get that neutralization. It's 298, 298. Everybody has to stay in the hill. You can't leave. There's a big 1v1 outside the front. Fearzly goes down. Now they rotate up into the front side. Monkyz just staying on this cubby as long as he can to try to buy his teammates some time. 4 players from eUnited in the area. They're going to get the down. There's one more to worry about. It's Dezo. Dezo bouncing around.
It's
Dezo
contested.
He gets taken down. No shot. They come back with that, but eUnited, they find a way to get 2 more seconds off of one of the most clutch retakes from Powerz I've ever seen. But Dezo is still Dezo. God, he gets the MVP. My goodness gracious. That is twice now on Ritual that eUnited has snuck. I mean, they don't. Give me that.
Dude, brother, that was all Powerz, man. That was all. And you weren't even yelling. You were just straight up flabbergasted. No shot Powerz does. Powerz had no business and no right to be in that hill. None at all.
No shot that they allow him after they 2v1 him, they 3v1 him, they 2v1 him, there was 4 straight deaths of Powerz where all of the Knights were like, hey, man, how you doing? You good? Okay. Like 4 straight times Powerz gets called out and the whole team just turns to look at him.
They open that door and they say, come right in. Hey, you want some biscuits and gravy too? Hey, no problem. We got you. You like your eggs over easy? You like them scrambled with eggs? We got you. That's literally the welcoming party that they gave to that man Powerz. I'm actually stunned. I can't lie. I am stunned that was a 300 to 299 game. I am blown because Pittsburgh Knights was looking so good. eUnited was always fighting them, but when that last retake happened, when they caught Powerz by himself, right, and they took him out, and you said, oh, they're not going to allow him to kill anybody. And they did it. And then they moved into the hill, and they just 10 toes down, brother, and they got the 298. I was like, it is over. And then Powerz comes in there, welcomed with open arms. Watch this. Watch this.
Just want to be in here now. Look at that. They down him. Did you see how 3 members of eUnited like moved in that direction? And they were like, oh, you're closest, revive. Like everybody else from eUnited was like, oh my God, Powerz went down.
It's just, man.
Like I know people all the time like say it, and it's such a played out saying. Powerz is just he's you know what I'm gonna say. He's just different. He's just different.
He's just
like,
different.
I don't even know how to describe him. Like I have never met somebody in years in history. I've never watched a player that no matter what team he's on, like 7 or 9, because when it was still 5v5, it would be 9, or now it's 4v4, and so there's 7. It's either 7 or 9 other players in the lobby are like, what's he doing? How's he doing that? Like, I've never seen it before. Like, maybe mental, maybe, but they knew what mental was doing. They just couldn't stop it. With Powerz, a lot of times they're like, stop that man. He dangerous. Man, this is dangerous.
It's so, but it's also too, and again, ironic. I've been saying that all night. Isn't it ironic that Powerz does that, but more importantly, eUnited does that to PK? When PK has done this 2 nights in a row, they did it to Rise on District. And then they did it earlier to Rebel. Remember, Rebel on Ritual just earlier was at, 290 for the longest time, and Pittsburgh Knights came back 60, 70 points. And now they get a taste of their own medicine. But this one hurts.
This one stings.
This one stings, brother. Like, this one, you get sunburn, you put aloe vera on. Aloe vera is not even enough, bro, because you got 3rd-degree burns. That's how much it hurts at this point.
You got to get skin grafts. They got to cut some off of your best mate and put on your body because you ain't got enough skin left. Like, it's bad. It's bad. But I'm just still like in this situation where like I'm watching the replay again now on broadcast. Like for the 4th time I've now seen this play. And I'm like, how y'all let that happen?
Just walk right in. Walk right in, dude. And it was so funny, even Tony in chat, when chat was popping up, I saw, you go, wait.
Wait. No shot.
And that is the perfect reaction. Wait, like, it is.
You can't, like, I'm still flabbergasted. I have no words because they had the game plan. They knew what they had to do. Every time Powerz shot at somebody, they were like, kill that man.
Well, they saw him.
He was the super villain. Like they literally treated him like they were the Avengers and he had come to Earth to take over. That's how they treated him. Every time he showed up, everybody was like, "No, we got to fight that guy." The one time they're like, "No, we got to fight him." The one time, and now Earth is just all worshiping at the feet of Powerz because he took over. He just like walked in. He was like, "All y'all belong to me now," and then he just like left. He was like, "See y'all later. Have a good rest of your night."
It's
oh,
the only way I know how to say it. It's just dumb. Like it's not dumb because of the mistake. It's just dumb that Powerz, like out of all people, Powerz does it. And Powerz always, like, I'm telling you, Split 2, Powerz has quite honestly been different. In every match. Like even
now
even,
I know why people just wanted to like there were so many times on LANs where teams and fans and spectators, instead of like wanting a picture with Powerz, they would just walk up and like touch him on the shoulder. I know why now. They were like, give me some of that. They were hoping it would just like exudes off of him.
Dude, I mean,
oh man, it's crazy.
It is just.
We're talking all this mess. Watch PK like 6-0 him now on.
And you know what? I'm okay with that. But the reality is, Colin, you can't take that loss away. That loss is going to stay there. That loss exists. It's in the universe. It doesn't matter what you do from this point forward. Even if you win, and you know what? If PK wins, they do win, and show great composure. But that kind of loss like that, you can't take away. It's just there. You know, it doesn't matter if it's pro league. Doesn't matter if it's a major. You can't take it away.
The crazy thing to me is, again, the Knights have played that map, have played Ritual, I've seen it 3 times in 4 days from them. Every time they play it, they always have a perfect game plan.
And they did here.
They did because they kept killing Powerz. The problem was they got so caught up in killing Powerz, they started giving up bigger and bigger chunks of the hill because the other 3 players started making the plays necessary to be able to win and hold hills.
Right.
But then they had to just like convert their plan one more time. Like this is the Seattle Seahawks on the 2-yard line throwing it instead of turning around and handing it to beast mode. Like same concept. They had the Super Bowl one. All they had to do was shoot Powerz in the face. And I'm shocked. I'm just shocked. Like I need this checkout to begin so something else can happen. Because until then, my brain is stuck there. Like I imagine that my brain is like a manual transmission, and watching Powerz do that just caused me to just grind the clutch into oblivion, and I'm stalled.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? And that's the thing. Pittsburgh Knights did play that map perfectly. They played it well to a T. You know, even though eUnited was like legitimately keeping up with them, like, and eUnited could have won that outright too. The point is.
There is look at you. There's no point. Look, you even the point is.
Listen, the point is, it really came down to 10 seconds. Like that's kind of. I mean, you played 15, 18 minutes to lose in the final 10 seconds, and that's really all it was. And that's why it stings
how long was
so
that
much.
Map? Do we have a time on that map?
I think it was like 15 or 18 minutes or something.
If it was 18 minutes, we played 17 minutes and 50 seconds too long.
That's what I'm saying. Like literally, it was just like 10 seconds. Hit the fast forward button, get to the final 10 seconds, and then you have your winner.
I wish I need
35.
That's I'm just gonna DM Keith. I'm gonna be like, Keith, what are y'all feeding this boy? The hell going on here?
I'm still talking about Powerz too. It's just interesting. I don't get it. Colin and Taylor, you are the salsa in Gears.
chunky salsa or like salsa verde or like
Well,
chili
first
con
off,
queso?
I don't know what that really means, to be honest with you. I appreciate the compliment, but you're the salsa in gears.
It means we're the appetizer. Blaze and Jacob are like the steak and potatoes of gears. We're the chips and salsa that come to the table first. Everybody's talking and having a good time. We're the life of the party because everybody wants chips and salsa.
See, this thing about Jacob though. Jacob wants to come and chat and say, I'm ready to sub, I'm ready to do this, whatever. He wants to challenge me. See, Jacob doesn't want to respond.
I heard y'all were gonna play Clash Royale for the championship. That's what I heard.
He don't want it.
He don't want that Clash Royale. He doesn't want that Clash Royale smoke.
That's the thing. He doesn't want it because every time I say that, he goes silent. Every time I say that, he doesn't talk. He goes silent.
I'm waiting on his response. I told you, I texted him live. I texted Keith live and said, the hell y'all feeding Powerz? Oh, that's a nade that bounced off a Dyslexic shoulder. Oh my God, it hit Dyslexic in the shoulder and then killed Dezo and Powerz. That's the only way to stop him right now. Teammate killing him with the frag grenade. I'm so messed up right now. Big L triggers out for Demise. They gotta push this. Good down. They gotta go in for the revive. They don't go for the revive.
He won't turn around.
Fearzly goes for the up. You went for a wrap? Yo, my man, I know they're healthy, but you cannot be trying that right there.
Can I get a replay? I mean, probably not. That's okay. We saw it. We saw it once. Once is enough. Oh, we get.
He likes those sandwiches from the
Demise
deli.
is just like, bro, why are you running?
Keep DM me back. But I think he likes those sandwiches from the deli. I'm not sure though. Built different. Is that like one of them bagels, like the bagels with the cream cheese we hear about from New York? Is that what it is?
Oh, those are so good too. Hey, those are so good.
Yo, they got him locked up back here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Oh no, there's a good. They got over.
Oh, you thought eUnited had PK locked up? No.
They did. They had all back. They had 3 straight downs. They couldn't clean anything up.
No. PK had EU locked up that round, brother. Come on, that first instant kill was everything. Everything. I'm saying. You know? All right, let's get it going. Huh? Me? I don't know why he's telling me that. Next time, get the overtime he'll lock in place. Or you can talk trash to me, man. Hey. Sorry, that was a sidebar conversation with me and the production team. You know. Everybody wants to throw shade at Tay. Which you guys love me. Monkyz taking a lot of damage, doubling back. TJ though on the flank, and oh my lord, this could be a huge nade. It didn't connect on anybody, but that's okay because now you got PK, who's going to be locked up in the back, and this is where eUnited does have Pittsburgh Knights locked up, like you were saying earlier, Colin.
That's exactly what they needed. 2-1. They take the round back, and I'm really impressed again. This is where. Hey, yo, Taylor, you want to?
I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I know. I see him out there. Again, he can talk smack in chat, but he can't respond to my DMs. Hey,
I'm so ready for this.
That's all I'm saying. And that's okay.
Yo, Jacob, he said you got to play him in something Gears related, and I swear to God, I wish the Gears Pop servers were still live because I'd just give you my login.
Oh, dude, if it was Gears Pop, he's toast.
I would give you I'd give you my login because,
bro, you know how much.
Did you get down on tag? Did you get down on Pop?
I was in your clan.
That's right, you were. I forgot.
And I was above you.
Wait a minute.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah, because that's when I was going hard with Clash Royale, bro. So I knew exactly how to play the lanes. All I had to do was just learn the characters and just really figure it out. But because I remember seeing Colin up there, and I'm like, man, I gotta beat him. So I throw $20 into the game. I throw $40.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was a free-to-play player. I was a free-to-play player. I forget people can do that in those games.
And you know, I think I spent $50. That was it. But you know what? $50 well spent.
Hey,
at least I
spent
enjoyed
$50 at the deli. They're up 3-1 right now. I'll tell you that much. Another instant out. Doesn't find anybody. It actually, yo, they're burning up that poor shopping cart.
Yeah, well, not a good sales day here.
Fearzly gonna try to take a 1v here.
Yeah, why,
Hey, oh my god.
Why are we picking on Fearzly? If production doesn't stop asking me questions while I am trying to be a professional and commentate this game. Probably $200. Probably $200, I'll be honest with you.
My man said 2 racks. I think that's the word them youngins use nowadays.
No, racks would be 1,000.
Okay, all right, never mind. What's 100?
$100.
Like I'm saying, is there a slang tag?
Really not.
Dang kids, get off my lawn.
I guess a bill.
All right,
Like,
you
hey,
get
man,
off my lawn. Stop having fun.
Just call it a bill.
With your cosmetics. Oh gosh, he just ran through fire. Oh my gosh.
We're falling apart.
We gotta button this up, man. It's 4-2.
Wait, no, I'm telling you, bro. We really, like, me and you, man, we gotta bring it back. We gotta bring it back.
So Hunter says he's goated at Clash. Who would win, you or Hunter?
Me.
Dang, that was quick. That was a quick response. You didn't even think about it. You didn't even think about it.
It's not even. I'm about to be a Masters. Like, it's whatever.
I don't even know what none of that means.
I've been playing for 5 years, man. I don't even worry about it. All right. Well, let's get it going. Hey, all I know is I'm the only one of the offense to actually.
We got a lot of that
big instant coming out. Dyslexic is going to be dropped. And then we're going to be in a 3v4. eUnited struggling this round, it seems, but are wrapping up at least some kills. Gotta watch out for Monkyz. He's got that atomic bomb in his hands, aka the sniper. 2 players in front, of course. Then you also have that cross from Fearzly. And now the sandwich is really in, and the pincer, it is going to be working on 4-3. United still leading the way, but Pittsburgh Knights 2 rounds in a row looking solid.
Yeah, without a doubt, they're fighting back into this one. It's going to be 4-3. I think right now they've got to find a way to they need to find a way to fight back against those incendiaries. The problem that they're having at this moment is the idea that they cannot get a kill with those incendiaries, but they keep giving them up over to the Pittsburgh Knights, and the Pittsburgh Knights have converted 4 kills in 2 rounds with the incens. So here they have to be able to push back against them. Here comes the putback. Here's going to pick up the nades. Big nade in, kills Monkyz and Dyslexic. That's a huge player to lose for the Knights, if you ask me, to lose Monkyz like that. Now he's got the flank, though, and he's lancering everybody out. Powerz all by himself in a 3v1. Tries to see the bounce of that player to be able to catch him with a headshot. He's going to go down. That's another round in the books for the Knights. They've tied it up 4-4.
Yeah, those incens and nades are killing them, quite honestly. They've got to find a way to really counteract that. Speaking of what, Monkyz was 0 kills. Granted, he's got the assist, but you don't see that too often, especially with this stat line being the way it is, especially when it comes to split 2. And as we do start off now, we have Demise and Dyslexic both with 2 first bloods. Obviously, Raver and Fearzly both the same. Here comes the platform fight now pushing up. Raver's going to take the top right side, and he gets out with the instance. Again, this is something that has been killing eUnited. 4v3 now, though, as it is going to be Monkyz finished off. Powerz having the snipe, and now this is where Pittsburgh Knights are truly in trouble because it's also a 4v2.
Big wrap shot out of Dyslexic kills Fearzly off. 1 player left alive. It's Raver with the incendiaries. Something that they've been doing really well, in my opinion. This is what I like out of eUnited in this matchup, out of the Knights, is they've thrown a secondary flash to stop the Lancer cross to allow them to be able to pick up those incendiaries. Hello?
I'm here, sorry.
What happened?
No, I was just really genuinely looking at the scoreboard.
What happened?
No, I was really genuine. I was looking at the scoreboard. TJ is going to be top side challenged by Fearzly. Nades have been an issue, but who's that in the mid? Whoa! Talk about a lot of bloodshed. Now 3v3. TJ still dancing around with Fearzly up top. Meanwhile, the sniper in Powerz hands, and he's looking to line up a nasty shot.
That's a big win there from eUnited. That's huge for them to win those 2 rounds back-to-back. After dropping 3 straight rounds in a row.
Yeah. eUnited did it, man. And that's a big win because now they've got the 2-0 lead. And you mentioned it, Colin. Pittsburgh Knights, if they won the first 2 maps, they were going to be in such a power position that obviously eUnited might not even stand a chance. But now eUnited, really, the roles are reversed, and they are the ones, Colin, who have that 2-0 lead. Truly impressed with what's going on. But check it out, guys. 2 maps down. Hopefully, we're going to have a longer bit to play. But we'll have to see what Pittsburgh Knights are going to be up to. Coming up next is going to be Vasgar Escalation. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Grand Finals will continue. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grand Finals of Emergence Days Split 2 Week 2. eUnited on a tear. Colin, that was a massive comeback that they had, obviously, on Ritual, winning by just 2 points. And that carried over with the energy into Checkout, winning 6-4. And now they lead 2-0 heading into Vasgar.
So in that map, the thing that's really interesting to me is that the rounds that the Knights were able to throw that extra flashbang to get those incendiaries, we're going to see a couple of highlight reel plays, I believe, where we see multiple incendiary kills, multiple grenade kills. The Knights really played around those utility grenades, really played around the idea that they could come away with extra kills. And they threw, those were their wrinkles. It wasn't an overload at long shot. It wasn't an overload into the platform side of the map. They were just throwing an extra utility here or there to play around with those frags or incendiary grenades.
Sure.
And what ends up becoming of it, in my opinion, is the fact that eUnited was able to get the long shot more frequently in the hands of Powerz. And if they could delay the deaths, if they could just kind of spread themselves out long enough to not allow those nades to come back and kill them, they were perfectly fine. They were very much accepting of their fate that we're not playing for the nades, we're not playing for the initial kills, we're playing for the long shot, a reset, and then body shot downs.
And I must say, eUnited now having this 2-0 lead over Pittsburgh Knights, again, raises questions about that power dynamic. I don't know where the top teams sit. I really, and now even questioning number 1, Pittsburgh Knights coming into this, put as a heavy favorite. And if they win this series, still a heavy favorite. But now it's like everybody's beating everybody. So it's exciting, but it also, for me, trying to set a storyline, it brings confusion because I don't know what a solid storyline is anymore, aside from this team beat this team, beat this team, beat these team. And it just gets kind of wild and crazy. But I am here for it, and I'm enjoying it. And also, too, we already got an answer to one of our questions, Colin. All that energy that was put in for eUnited to beat the Pioneers, would they be able to carry that energy over into Grand Finals? Well, clearly they have, and that's why they have the lead that they do.
And one of the things that I think everybody needs to be aware of is just the fact that eUnited might have a little bit more, heat under the seat right now, simply because they've been playing those hard matchups. They went those 5 maps against the Pioneers. They're probably very much warmed up or so. And the Knights, they had probably a 30 to 45 minute layoff, if that. I mean, if not more, really, because then you have the map picks and bans. You've got the break for us. We come back, and now you're getting into the matchup. So, I mean, that was a long time to kind of sit out. Yeah. Whereas we might be seeing the opposite of what the Knights had in that last major, where the Knights got to play back to back to back to back and keep staying on fire. Whereas we saw, Rise have a long layoff and then struggle against them. We saw the Pioneers have a long layoff and then drop a map or 2 here or there. Of course, they ended up winning the whole thing, but we might be seeing the reverse of that coin.
It might be. It would be, though, truly impressive if Pittsburgh Knights come back in this series. They've got great composure. They've shown that many times. But I also want to hit home another point that you brought up that I thought was excellent. The fact is, Pittsburgh Knights, unlike Pioneers, who have been starting sluggishly, Pittsburgh Knights been starting strong, usually in their series. And they nearly did in that Ritual if they just would have closed it out. But now they started sluggish, and I'm curious now, how are they going to react? Because this is a different spot that, at least for Split 2 with this roster, this is a position they're not used to being in.
No, not at all. They're not used to playing from behind, I think, especially this split. I think that one of the things that they have done extraordinarily well is fight early and get out on top of players and get out on top of teams so that they have to fight back into them, where we see the Knights, this matchup, being able to be lancered out a little bit more, having to play back against eUnited. And now we go into Escalation on Vasgar, which to me, I think is a big challenge for both of these squads to come away with a win on, because we've seen eUnited be very good at this map, especially with a long shot placed down at the tank fight. This is before they had Dyslexic. They had a couple more plays in their playbook probably, but now between the Knights and eUnited, we are definitely going to probably see a little bit more faster paced Vasgar, a little bit closer to the horse track, a little less setup heavy. Maybe we see those setups earlier rather than later, simply because of the less amount of utilities, whether it be retros, the nades, the long shot.
I'm curious, who do you favor on Vasgar? Because Pittsburgh Knights has shown that they can play this map quite well. eUnited much the same, but PK, I swear, like, I have more distinct memories of Pittsburgh Knights as of recently, even going back to Grand Finals of the Fall Major playing on this map.
And now I think one of the other things is we have to be concerned with is I think the Knights should have a little bit of an advantage now, right now anyway, because of the fact that I think they've probably played this map more in recent memory than eUnited has, even on those Pro League days. And we're actually going to see a 4-man push over here to the Sea Hill. eUnited has to make a quick decision on whether or not they're going to come back over here to try to fight out against this.
United with the 2-1 hill advantage so far. We do see a mass of Pittsburgh Knights players, though, all standing. Meanwhile, 3 down for EU, and in fact, we might be seeing a lot of shifting of power here, as the only one left on the map is going to be TJ. He's going to get pressured up by Fearzly and Monkyz. But meanwhile, eUnited will stay alive. They're off the respawn. Force player 3-back Raver. He just simply can't stay there by himself. And besides, you're getting more value joining the rest of your team to focus on TJ, who does get finished off. So for Pittsburgh Knights, great reversal. They've not even actually, excuse me. They don't capitalize in time, and therefore, eUnited's able to get all the way over to tank. Still, though, could falter, and Pittsburgh Knights actually will recover. But I was surprised to see eUnited in a spot where they could even get 2 hills after that start.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see how they fight back against this. The Knights have the A and the B hill, which they have the tank hill on their home hill. eUnited, they're going to get staggered out here, which is going to buy time for the Knights to kind of allow themselves to push back against multiple players. And this is what the situation is eUnited has to sit down at C and make a secondary decision here, whether they're going to push across to A or they're going to go back to B. And it looks like they're going to try to push toward B. And immediately the Knights, they're going to play ring around the rosy here. They're going to push back in and try to make sure they can take care of business over at the home hill of eUnited.
Scoreline still close. We see a 3rd hill now being played around with, though eUnited is going to be on the tank hill over at B. Still, it feels like a game of cat and mouse, and Pittsburgh Knights is consistently being ahead of eUnited, unless this could turn the tides. Demise being on A. And meanwhile, 2-player 6 in mid. Pittsburgh Knights could actually find themselves in a bit of a troublesome spot. They get carried away, go over towards C, and because of that, now they're playing in eUnited's home turf, and eUnited does have the win condition. Pittsburgh Knights look to be recovering quite well. They do have the Wolfpack in. They're going to be able to get their hands onto B and A. So things did look a little bit shaky. eUnited showing a glimmer of hope. Pittsburgh Knights, so they take it right back.
And right now, the Knights, they're continuing to hold on to this setup. They're up by 20 points. eUnited was fighting back as hard as they could go. They're going to make a full force push over here. They get 1 down. They're not going to be able to clean that up. Dyslexic gets a huge chunk right there onto Dezonide. And now Fearzly has to kind of roll away from this. Up over 200 points, but the Knights have somebody sitting at Sea Hill, which should end up winning them this round, because they're going to just trade out the mid-neutral for the home hill of eUnited. Player number 1 comes off of respawn, gets called out. Dezonide, he's going to bounce around. He's going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place here, but I don't believe there's enough time for anybody to make it over to C to be able to save this round for their team.
I mean, it's going to be close. They have to sprint through Monkyz, which TJ does, actually. 5 seconds. They do, in fact, get their hands on the C. They managed to take that, but they need to get player 2 off. There is absolutely a chance eUnited can actually win this. Dyslexic will fall. The domination started to come through. Player 1 sprinting to B, and nobody from eUnited is going to be able... Well, I'm not even going to... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to let it play out. Let's just see who wins this. Dezo's going for the lock-in. eUnited's there to take him out. Pittsburgh Knights have been at 249 for the longest time. Now they're going to be playing around on A. 1 hill is all they need, but at this point in time, eUnited is going to take it. eUnited is going to take it. I can't believe it. Pittsburgh Knights lose after they were literally 1 point away from winning.
So we saw, what, a 300 to 298 or 299, and now we've seen a 250 to 249.
Yeah.
Gotta love these two teams giving it all they got against one another. I mean, picture perfect right here. Good save in that portion, but this is the real play here. Look at the way that TJ just flies with wings. I don't know about angels, but without a doubt, it's fear that gives men wings. And TJ, he must have been a little scared they were going to lose that round, because that man flew from mid-map to the 6 o'clock at Dezonide.
It really was impressive to see not only eUnited put themselves in a spot where they could come back, but also read Pittsburgh Knights spawns and the stragglers, right? Because the stragglers are what kill you on Vasgar, right? Those are the ones where it's like, you think you're getting the leg up, you think you're about to win and get a domination, but you need to hold on tight, and all of a sudden that one player sneaks through mid or sneaks, you know, past enemy lines, and now he's getting the decap and then the full cap, and then you end up losing where you thought you were going to be winning for sure. eUnited did a wonderful job reading Pittsburgh Knights and where they were going to be going. Fantastic work, truly it was. And that's got to hurt Pittsburgh Knights, you assume, but PK is off to a great initial. Maybe not objectively, but they had a lot of kills going for them.
And what we'll see here from Raver is he's just trying to tag up this player in front of him from eUnited and try to get that down, but they end up getting the down themselves, and now Raver has to rotate out as he's already been down once. They're gonna have to send Dezo in first maybe, but Dezo's gonna be downed out. Can they finish any of these kills? These are the things that I was worried about last time, but Powerz gets a headshot, Powerz gets a second, and then Dyslexic gets the body chunk right there. One player left alive for the Knights. I don't think they have enough time to try to pressure out Monkyz to be able to get this decap at B and get the hill in their favor before anybody comes off of respawn. It's gonna be a 3-man push. They gotta get straight into the hill right away. Here comes the flashes. Dyslexic is going to get hit with that first back A. Goes to the backslide yet again. We saw the backslide come back on District against the Pioneers, and it cost him. It comes back out here on Vasgar, and it cost Dyslexic another life against the Knights.
Still, though, eUnited has a decent lead. TJ, though, gets ran through Deza. What a kill from him. Fantastic work, and then to follow it up with Demise also falling. Pittsburgh Knights take the 2-1, but it's not enough, Colin. You know that. They need to get onto B, and that's why Powerz is fighting as hard as he is. Great cross, though, to take down Monkyz. Wouldn't surprise me. Now, eUnited is not going to park the bus for 75 seconds. They're going to push out. They have to, and matter of fact, they're going to get TJ on A up top. Added insurance. Pittsburgh Knights have one foot in the grave, at least when it comes to this round. But hold up a second. Fearzly looking to make some plays. Bit of redemption time. Dyslexic full red. He's out. And Raver and Fearzly now can get onto B. And that brings us over to C, right? The top side of things. TJ versus Monkyz. And TJ's going to fall. Pittsburgh Knights are roaring back.
30 seconds to win this round. 1 second until they have 3 players back up. They have to find a down or a chunk here early. One player's waiting in the wings. Fearzly's the linchpin because Fearzly's going to come to the middle of the map and not allow anybody to kind of set up behind that L-shaped cover. They're going to push straight into him if they get a chance to. But you can see right here that they kind of have a standstill. They're waiting for a full 4-man push into that hill to go for the neutralization. Just 15 seconds left. Dyslexic goes down.
No shot.
Now they get a second kill. They're going to be pushing into the hill. They got the kill.
Wow.
They need. Nobody can escape from eUnited, and they will drop Knights. They tie it up 1-1.
That's incredible. Maybe not 250 to 249. Not as electrifying as round 1, but still equally as impressive because eUnited had that round locked up. But hey, you know, when you just send everybody to focus on one hill, it is hard to defend against that, and especially when the enemy team's pushing you because they know where you're going to be. You can't break away from it. Tough spot for EU to be in, but well executed from Pittsburgh Knights. Genuinely well executed. By the way, I had a chance to kind of replay that moment where Fearzly was fighting for that one hill that he needed, and you know he was a sliver away. He ended up sidestepping to the left to avoid the Lancer fire. I think if he would have stayed in the hill during that round 1 when they needed one more point, even if he dropped, he would have got that full cap. eUnited would not have got a touch, and that 1 point would have ticked through for PK. If Fearzly doesn't take that sidestep to the left, and that means PK would have been leading 2-0. It came down literally to that little sidestep from Fearzly.
Here we go into round number 3. Retro in the hands of Raver. I really like this play from Raver. The way that he's pulling back and staying at this door, staying where the Retro does spawn for his squad, and is trying to just force the damage into Dyslexic, force the damage into Powerz. Dyslexic, I mean, he keeps tempting out these weird backslides, these weird little plays where he's trying to just use his movement to overwhelm somebody. And that Retro is just going to keep him tagged up. Dyslexic down to 62% now with 3 straight shots. Fearzly rotates to the middle stairwell. There's a lot of damage being put out. They push back in with that Retro, and a good second shot from Powerz over the top of the cover gets the down. Now Powerz knows he's got a little bit of a pinch here, but they're going to be able to get this 2-1 hill cap and be able to take this lead with 3 players mounted up over here. This is going to be interesting, as it looks like the Knights will have the secondary respawn and a new utility to use in their favor.
Big hold for eUnited. Pittsburgh Knights pushing up. Raver tipping a spear, make that Fearzly. Little bait and switch. Powerz having to decide who he wants to take out first. Well, he manages to take down one, and Dyslexic gets the other. And that's going to stop the push from Pittsburgh Knights for the time being. 3 out of the way, and player 7 is going to be sprinting to B, and this is going to be a bad spot for Dezonide to be in. He had it manageable whenever TJ was just up ahead, but with Demise having the cross, no shot he was able to get out of that position. And that will be eUnited locking in B, going in for the domination. Just a couple of PK members to take down.
What we're going to do here is it looks like another shot over the top. Dyslexic missed that one. Now Powerz going to move up, go for the melee, revive. Love that play. That's a classic J-Ribs play right there. That's a classic Jordan Ribeiro play. Going for the melee to down your teammate to get the quickest revive off onto him. You can't guarantee when your opponent's going to shoot at him, but you can sure as hell guarantee when you give him a little backhanded slap to put him down so that you can pick him up off the ground. Let's take one more look at it. I love this decision by Powerz. I'm going to pick my own teammate up so my teammate can come in here and get a little back A off and get the kill.
Well done. Those little, I mean, really, honestly, this series, these maps and these rounds are coming down to the most critical plays, the littlest of plays you would assume anyways. If you don't know much about Gears and you're watching, you're like, okay, whatever, there's nothing big about that. But you know, you breaking that down and just watching it in general, you understand the impact that one play has. And that's really what it's come to with the top 5. And that's why we have such a power dynamic in the Pro League and in Gears and Split 2 in general, whether it be Emergence days or Pro League. It is coming down to the micro plays. It is coming down to the few extra pellets or the few extra shots. It is truly incredible, at least for the top 5, how close in skill they really are. And not even skill, just, I mean, just the competition in general is just so incredibly close. It's a beautiful thing to watch. We have reached an upper echelon in my opinion.
We really have. We're seeing the best out of all these players. Here we go into the B hill. 2 players from eUnited trying to get this cap off and try to get the early point initial lead. Monkyz has moved up to that spot where I thought Monkyz might try to drop off into the middle of that tank fight. You're going to see players backing off on both sides. Fearzly's going to get down. He's going to get cleaned up. 3v3 on the map right now official. It's a 1v1 at the opposite side of the map. 2v2 here has to be won by one team or the other, but that retro just oh so powerful. Just always threatening, and there's not much that you can do, and I think Monkyz is trying to find this player right here. He's trying to find Demise, and he does indeed find him, and now he's got the snub out, trying to add in that extra amount of damage. Here comes the push in. He doesn't get the shot over the top, and Dyslexic could go down right again here, and there's going to be a secondary respawn. There's going to be another staggered death from eUnited. This could very well be 2-2 before we know it.
It very well could be, depending on how eUnited decides to. Look at this challenge from TJ. What confidence. Full red, doubles around the corner, challenges Monkyz and takes him out. Monkyz wasn't expecting that push, and quite honestly, I wasn't expecting him to make that push either. Yet he saw the play for what it was. He was confident in his abilities to take him down, and that's exactly what he did. And this could very well swing the odds back in eUnited's favor.
Well, here we go with Fearzly being down. Demise is going to get that quick cap there on the B hill, the only hill in favor of the Knights. Right now is their home. One player is going to be rotating across that second half home hill area. Who is up top with that retro? Goodness gracious. It's not even a retro. It's just Powerz' Lancer. My God. It put a lot of damage out on a Raver.
It was a bolt talk, yeah.
Oh, it was bolt talk. Okay, I was going to say, I was like, how did he, yo, my man hit him.
A little hand cannon, man.
I said, what's he doing? What, did he pick up the luggage and throw the luggage at him?
Bro, hey, fun fact about those luggages, by the way. They are spaced to where you can actually shoot through them. They're not.
Yeah, there's a headshot spot on it. When you sit on the back of that cover, not that one, the one to the right.
I know. I was bringing it up because you actually brought that up a few times. Just bringing it up to you again.
I thought for a second that I didn't. Like, I was like, did somebody else talk to me about that?
No, you did. You did during the broadcast, I remember. So
it's one of my favorite spots, man, because people will sit there on, like, when you play Vasgar in ranked.
Sure.
There's double snipes, so like you're always kind of paranoid that somebody has a long shot on the map. So there's a lot of people that will go to the arrivals and just kind of hang out there. One of my favorite spots to shoot people through the head, because then you almost always get a message about like hacking, almost instantly.
Because they think you can't shoot through it, but you can. Look at this. eUnited takes a 3-1 lead. I go back to that play from TJ to challenge Monkyz full red in the way that he did. You can break down each round by impactful plays. You know, round 1 came down to Fearzly, and Fearzly doesn't make that sidestep again if he just, just plants his feet, stays in that hill. He was so close to capping. I think, If the timing was correct from my eyes and what I was seeing, even if he was down, he still would have got the cap, which would have gave the point Pittsburgh Knights needed. And then obviously the next round after that, Pittsburgh Knights, they end up making an incredible push as a team unit. It wasn't necessarily an individual effort, but a team unit to collapse on eUnited to take that round and bring it 1-1. Next round that followed, eUnited just kind of, you know, had their way with it. And then even after the round before this one, again, TJ making that push. It is really that neck and neck. And I'm truly loving every single bit of it. Will this be a domination off the rip? It's surely looking like it potentially, but player 3 will get up to D just in the nick of time.
And they left player 6 alive, and Powerz might get picked up here, and they might be able to finish Monkyz off. They do indeed. Monkyz is dead. Now Raver's getting shot in the back. They've given up that extra spacing. Dezo's going to have a teammate here with him, Fearzly. It's going to be 2 players to try to stop the retake here at their home hill. Fearzly is going to push up. Powerz has picked up that long shot. Dyslexic goes down. Fearzly's going to be the only one in the area for the revive, and it looks like eUnited is actually going to be happy with the 2-1 hill cap. It's a 60-point differential, so the longer they wait, the greater it's going to be. And it's going to be forced into one of those situations where you have to get all neutralizations or a triple cap domination if they have another 20 to 30 seconds go by in this fashion. It's just going to have to happen. Oh, look at my man Powerz is saying,
lighting it up.
Please, somebody, please make a problem, make a bad move.
One's about to make this. This is the classic corner. This is the classic corner. There it is. Oh, whoa!
No,
what?
No, Dyslexic ran through him.
Dyslexic. Hey, but you know what? It's funny. Well, hold up. Monkyz is ready. Will he get the 2?
Ooh, the flank.
Back to that play though.
The flank from Fearzly.
Where at?
Yo, eUnited has gotten E-Hill back somehow and has maintained their home. Like, that was a whole lot of nonsense for us to be in the same spot we were at 20 seconds. Like, have you ever just walked in a circle for 20 seconds and you're like, wait a minute.
That's life in general, man, right there. You work so hard and then you end up in the same situation you were in before,
I ain't never walked in a circle so hard before in my life.
Like, didn't I just mow the grass a week ago and I worked hard on it, then now I gotta redo it? Come on, man.
Especially
looks
when
like
you like, put the lines in it and stuff.
Oh, I know. I appreciate that so much. Now, PK, we've seen this happen. It's like a broken record. I think I've seen this episode before. Will they be able to get this final hill? You got eUnited parking the bus. 10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. Fearzly gets the kill. He's bot walking up to D. He's going to be there now. eUnited fighting for their life. They're at 246. They've got to go so big right now. And Powerz is Powerz. He falls a little bit short, but he brought it to the middle of the map. But he brought it to the middle of the map.
Somebody's got to call this out. Oh my gentle Jesus! What am I watching?
There's
a chunk.
Trade.
Oh, they got it. There it is. Oh gosh. Oh lordy. Oh hey.
Bro.
Oh no. But Dyslexic. Not now. Not now. Dyslexic.
But the fact that it got to that point. You know, you look at it and you're like 4-1. Wow, eUnited's dominating, but PK just makes it exciting. So does eUnited. Like, this has just been a great series.
I love the fact that, so that last fight, we'll see this in a second on the final fight. So these players come through middle. TJ actually rotates to the back planter here in a second, which forces them to the front side, which allows the respawn of Dyslexic to just lancer both of these players to full red. That's why he gets that easy chunk, and that next player is so red that they can kind of hit that little 45-degree angle shot, that 30-degree angle shot or whatever on the corner, on the cubby, and get that kill. I mean, that's just good tactician work right there as you come off a respawn knowing your positioning and knowing that if you push to the backside of the planter, you force them into the lancer angle off the immediate respawn.
By the way, I wanted to, the point that I was trying to bring about Dezo being in that corner, the classic spot, it's funny. The first person I really saw doing that was Dyslexic, and really like honing into that corner. So it's just funny that Dezo tries it on Dyslexic and Dyslexic sees right through it and just runs right through. That's why I just found enjoyment in that whole situation. Perfect start for Pittsburgh Knights. Absolutely flawless start. They win now the F hill. Obviously, they're losing D. They should be able to double back and get that. In fact, I think they're going to try and commit for the E and D hill. Smart plays all around. Plus, the sniper is in the hands of Monkyz. So this is, I mean, seriously, this round should be all PK.
Here we see the Knights pushing toward E. They got a kill there. They back out of the hill for just a moment. Monkyz is actually looking for multiple players to come off a respawn. TJ's going to get clacked right there. He's hitting the shoulder, and he goes down. He's going to be crawling around. Nobody's there for the retake or the respawn. Powerz is going to try to stay alive here at E. long enough to allow his teammates to get off of respawn to take their home hill back. Meanwhile, he's getting pinched by Monkyz, who had a long shot. So I'm pretty sure Powerz is the most dead person on the planet at this moment. Now we're going to see multiple players taking fights here at the F hill. They get the double kill here. eUnited's going to try to pressure out toward multiple angles. Monkyz is going to be here at the respawn. Boltok and long. My man's got a Boltok and a long shot?
Monkyz, best stats.
He's got the damage output. My man is just going to try to hurt everybody.
But even so, I'm really surprised at how close and competitive this round still is with the powerful initial Pittsburgh Knights had. Still anybody's ball game, but Pittsburgh Knights are coming alive in this round. Vasgar is about the objective work, not necessarily the kills, and eUnited is still being sneaky and sneaking over towards E. You know, get that locked in place for the time being. Look at this angle from Monkyz. Wow, that would have been a great shot. That would have just absolutely blindsided, I believe, TJ, who was up ahead, or maybe even Powerz, but eUnited, 3-man push. They send player 5, TJ, for the middle to get that cross.
I was gonna say, they brought Monkyz into the fight. That's the big important part, is they brought Monkyz up into the fight, but now Monkyz has actually been pulled out of the fight because Demise is pushed all the way up to pick up this incendiary. I really wish you'd just use it on the planner, man. I know you wanted to go for the insta shot, but like, come on, man. You made your life harder. You made yourself work a little harder right there.
This could be a problem.
No, they can't. They got to be able to get both of these kills, and they've got to be able to stop them rotating over to E because of the fact that one player is still mounted up over there. Powerz has picked up the long shot.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Hey, yo, try again. Dyslexic has died to that backslide twice and finally hits the reaction shot to win a fight with it. So proud of him. He did it.
Oh my lord. And Monkyz of all people, Dyslexic. I know. Bro, is it fair to say Dyslexic just world star Monkyz?
Yes, that is a perfect example of a world star in Gears.
Urban Dictionary official definition.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever woke up and tried to think to yourself, what is a world star? You saw one on your screen. You don't need a Webster's. You don't need an Urban. You just got that image in your head the rest of your life of what he was able to do. Mr. Krabs' play was about to tick through, but didn't come through in time. But eUnited's taking the lead. This could be the last round. Taylor, Reflections, Noble, down to 9 seconds for a dub.
I know, at this point, eUnited holding on tight. They just got to keep it. Demise actually wins the fight. Demise wins the fight, and it's going to end 5-1, 3-0. eUnited, a flawless grand finals in Emergence. They split 2 week 2. They are officially your champions.
Hey, yo, real talk, Taylor, I have officially taken the curse moniker from you.
I agree.
Every time I pick somebody, they immediately lose.
Hey, eUnited in chat was like, hey, they were like, chaos ensues when Colin doesn't go with eUnited. And bro, chaos did ensue. My lord, chaos is no longer on Pittsburgh Knights at this point because Fearzly took his place, but chaos did ensue, bro. That was nutty. This was
full disclosure for the chat. I picked Pioneers to beat the Knights, was wrong. And then I picked Rise to beat the Knights, was wrong. And then I was picking the Knights to beat eUnited tonight, I am the curse.
Bro, and you know what? But let's say this, curse aside, this was a 3-0. I don't know if there was ever a 3-0 that was more exciting than this one right here. Even that 5-1 on Vasgar that we just witnessed was a nail biter through and through. Like, I don't know how, but that was a sidestep. So I think he had enough time there. I think he had enough time to get, even though there was a person coming up step, if Fearzly just, it would have been close. But I think he had just enough time to get that cap.
I'm not sure. I'm in my head, the more I'm watching this, like, that makes it 4-2, Taylor.
I know. But I'm just saying, like,
because I think it just had to play out the way that it had to play out.
Well, so this
tonight, that's still one of the best plays.
Well, let me throw something your way though. And I guess I already have my answer because Pittsburgh Knights, like the round after losing the way they did at 249, they still that play from TJ. I mean, just literally every. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but just every highlight is so impactful and so big. Like right here, like the fight for D, the fact that Pittsburgh Knights made it that competitive, being so far down, And then it came down to, I think it was Demise, if I'm not mistaken, who ended up winning this fight. Demise, he ended up taking down one. Raver goes for the push. Demise wins it. It's traded, so then Dyslexic was there. No, Demise was the hero. But this play, oh my, yo. Like, it's just... Bro. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to take it easy tonight because my voice, but like, I couldn't because it was just so good. This was such a good series.
300, 298, 6-4. And then the Knights just, like, man. I said 3-1 Knights, bruh. I said 3-1 Knights.
Hey, and we said 3-0, 3-1 for Pioneers over Rise.
I don't get my life, man. I don't get what I have become.
Oh,
I am the worst in pick'ems ever. Now I am the curse. Fear me, teams. Fear me, Pro League teams.
Here's your bracket. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Nothing. Now, the only thing that compares, now that eUnited Pioneers map 5, that was incredible too. That was a great series. And the first time also that I've seen execution end with both players, everyone on the battlefield dead.
That's the first time we've ever actually seen that?
On broadcast for me personally. For me personally.
One of the most historic ones is somebody, so because in competitive we have friendly fire on, one of the most famous ones is way back when in Gears 5, there was a torque. When we first got execution, and there was a torque shot that was active, and as the guy hit him with the torque, the guy just kept running at him, so they both exploded. It was true. I wish they had like confetti headshots on and stuff. Like, it was amazing.
I could see something like that though, but this was like two Nashers.
Two Nasher shots?
Yeah, just, two Nasher shots, boom, gone.
It's like the old Wild West, man. Got to meet in the middle of the town at high noon, and both of you hit a headshot. Congratulations. Nobody wins.
You tied.
That's right.
Which technically, I guess you won in a way.
You know who the winner is? The Undertaker in that town. That's the winner.
That's the winner.
He's
and the viewers.
A man, you look, the man who builds it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't want it. And the man who wants it doesn't realize he never needs it.
But just to recap, like, this is just a cherry on top. But I mean, you even go back to Toady and that checkout play, the staying alive play. Okay, that was this week. Yeah. Hey, that was this week. And it's like, there was just so many good plays this week and so many upsets. This is probably one of the most electrifying weeks in recent history, at least that I know of, with the amount of upsets. There was literally an upset almost every day, which is I guess aside from Tuesday. But Wednesday you had Rise lose, Rise lost, or excuse me, Rise win. My apologies. They beat Pioneers 3-0, and then now we head into today, and then eUnited defeated Pioneers, ending their win streak. So Pioneers lost pretty heavily, a couple of times this week, which take that into account. And then obviously eUnited beating Pittsburgh Knights, who beat Rise, who then beat Pioneers a little bit early. It's just a mess. And like you said, what is life? I don't know at this point, at least for Gears anyways. I don't know what storyline to bring to the table. I don't.
What you're going to have to do, Taylor, is you're going to have to figure out whether the Knights will be able to resaddle the cavalry, whether Rise will find their way out of the abyss, whether or not the Pioneers will circle the wagons. But for now, all we do know is that eUnited, they stand united and stand tall and win an EDAYS here for all of you at home in scintillating, sensational fashion. I'm Colin the Crow Clark. That's Taylor Reflections Noble. He's not supposed to let me throw it out of here, but I'm saying goodnight to all of you, and I love you. See you tomorrow. Not really.